Welcome, Namrata. So lovely to have you here with us at Aadyam Handwoven, and really nice of you to have integrated this art of yours with our brand.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
So the whole, as you're aware, the whole idea stems from the fact that the brand wants to integrate art, music, culture, and bring the whole cohesiveness into it. And this step is towards getting art as a part of what Aadyam does. I'd like to begin by asking you that what exactly, how do you define your style and form, and if you can, tell us about that.
I don't really define my style in the sense that I feel it's kind of very sort of spontaneous. Even when I started, like I'm trained as a graphic designer, but then I just kind of randomly started. I was always interested in illustration art, and then I just kind of very organically happened that one fine day I started painting, and I made like my first series was called Women of Ceylon. So it was like these sort of like bust paintings of women draped in the sarees from Ceylon, which is Sri Lanka.
Right.
And it just came out really nice. Like I did one, and then I just did a whole series.
Right.
And it just I feel like even like this style it's kind of very spontaneous. I like movement,
Okay.
and my strength is color. So I think that's
So
how I
actually
work.
picking from that, I think I see a recurrence of textiles, the whole drape of textiles, the way the sari falls and the way the pleats get formed. And I think even by looking at the imagery, one can see that you enjoyed sort of translating that drape onto the canvas. So is there a certain inspiration or a thought for that? Because you do tend to choose that as a recurring motive, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm born to a textile designer. So I my whole life I've been surrounded by textiles. So
Right.
it's kind of seeped into my brain in a way that I didn't even realize it was happening. And it was only when I started doing it that I realized, okay, I like doing it. So then I kind of kept doing it, and also my audiences, which is basically Instagram, they responded really well to it. So I think that was also then once your audience wants that, then you also keep giving them more. And of course I also enjoy doing it. So it's also like practical reasons, like I have to also make money. And I do love textiles. Like I won't say I know enough about Indian textiles, and we have so much, but also just being like my home is like a textile, like every
You see it around
it's
you. It's
yeah,
like part of
it's
you.
yeah, exactly.
And I think another series I remember is Humpy. So was that also like out of a travel that you did, or was it something which just triggered? How did that get triggered?
Yeah, so I had gone to Hampi last year with some friends of mine, just traveling, and I kind of noticed that in the south, like the saris that the women wear, they are like a lot more sort of traditional. They wear really beautiful saris, and it's
And the
keeping
colors.
the colors and the like they'll have a lot more traditional saris than I've seen in the north, and I just took pictures, like just drawn to them, and then when I came back to Delhi, I just kind of yeah
So yeah, so
made them.
Aadyam, as I said earlier, is all about textiles. It's about reinventing some of the traditional textiles, or it's about reinterpreting them, but also keeping the signature of the craft alive. So whether it is Banaras or Ikats or whatever you see around. So I think somewhere we want to bring in the classical style as well. So even these images that you have interpreted for us do convey a certain style of dressing which is reminiscent of how women used to enjoy dressing,
Right.
truly enjoy
Yeah.
dressing. And I think that's what we have tried to sort of capture in this.
Yeah.
But how did you feel when you were actually creating these pieces?
Um, I see. I also when I saw the images that were sent to me, I loved them. I also loved the way they were sort of photographed and sort of art directed. So immediately they spoke to me. Um, I would say like it's a different exercise than sort of observing on your own, and like just taking pictures, and then like it's a different exercise. So I think the main thing is that it has to speak to you. Like if I had been sent something that I couldn't relate to, then I don't think the outcome would have been the same.
That's really nice to hear. So you do connect with the
Yeah,
ethos, and
yeah, of
lovely.
course.
And just as a thought again, that if you were to therefore think of Aadyam and think of it as an art direction also, what kind of imagery you think sits best for us?
Um, I I I I think like, see, like I can say for example something like this, and that one in particular,
Right.
the one by the sea. I think those ones, like, let's say, like really spoke to me. I like the inclusion of, like the flowers, the rose petals, and right now like Holi is around the corner, so it
Right.
seems very sort of fitting. And then again, that one I really liked also because of the, the ocean, and it has this kind of quietness to it. So I would say there's, maybe I would put things in a festive setting,
Right.
like like that's one aspect of it.
So,
But also, yeah, the other aspect is this kind of like quiet luxury maybe.
So yeah, which is what I sort of saw in your style, that you wanted to show sarees as everyday living. And I think somewhere we also want to show this as something which is good for any occasion, anywhere. So whether it be beach or whether it be like an occasion like this. So we also want to show sarees as something which is like very organic, and it's like something which you can just wear to any place. So I think that's where I think we connected, and I'm glad that you also felt. So yeah, lovely talking to you, and I hope you enjoyed the process.
Yes, very much.
And we
so.
hope to do more things with you in the
Yes,
future.
of course.
And as you are aware, we'll be traveling with this to the other cities as well, and showcase this to our audience, which I think they would like.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.